welcome back to another episode of the JBP podcast. I am Zodi.
I am Bio.
And I'm awesome.
Before we get into the main course of today, we just wanted to give a little bit of an update on the podcast and some other things. Whoever wants to take that away, go for it.
Well, honestly, I think the biggest update would be something by you.
Yeah.
So let you kind of take that.
This is going to be my last episode, a part of the podcast. Mostly because life is getting a bit strange right now. There is like other things I need to take into accountability, but also because of outside forces that have happened in the community that have really kind of driven me to be not as trusting, or just like, I don't know really how to explain it. Like, not I don't really
Yeah.
want to say anything because I'm pretty sure they can understand what I'm trying to get at here when I say that. I don't think I talk about the
Yeah,
outside forces of that. Yeah, it's that situation that happened about a week ago now.
and that's kind of why we haven't recorded. There's been a lot's been going on,
Yeah.
personal lives, and then when we were kind of clearing, getting more on the clear up and recovering from everything, then scheduling happens, and
Yeah, it's really difficult to actually schedule these episodes because we all have lives and we all have like our own like things we need to put time into.
yeah, like my job schedule changes weekly, and the times are never the same. So and the days off aren't the same, so it's just hard. It's hard to schedule.
Yeah.
But Austin and I will be continuing as well, though, and we will be have more exciting news in the future going with that. And we love Evie. We're glad to spend the first few episodes with them, and we hope that they find what they want in life, and they're always welcome. They're always welcome back on the show, whenever.
If you guys want to follow me, I'm sure we'll have links for everyone, at least myself, in the comments or wherever this is posted, Spotify, yada yada. I get the idea. But if I need to say it here, it's just Zodi on Twitch. But it's instead of the O for Zodi, it's an X. There you go. That's my Twitch. That's where I'm mostly live, where I'm playing video games, and sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time you're here either Bio, Awesome, or Resta Joshi Bot in the background, just hanging out with me. It's the best way to support me. Twitter, just Zodi, and I post. Like I said, I'm a really simple person. I had really simple tags to find me. I should post a lot on Twitter, but yeah. With that being said and out of the way, unless there's anything else we need to talk about there, I think we should get into the rest of All-Star Grand Queendom.
Yeah, 1 month later.
1 month later, yeah. What a month it has been, though. That's pretty.
May was awful and insane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was great. I had so much fun.
Oh man. Well.
Yay.
Oh, I guess I get to say this one last time, or second time, even though. Yeah, here's what we have on tap for you. Kicking it off with we left it last time we were talking. We left it off at the Mako, Mika, and Yuna versus Cosmic Angels trios match. Now we're gonna start off with Suzu Suzuki versus Mesa and a no disqualification match.
And holy shit, May is a beast. Like I've said it quite a few times in my life. I don't think I've ever said it on the podcast, but May Sarah is for sure like top 5 in Stardom.
Oh yeah, no, but this match she got fucking she got murdered. This match she got absolutely
yeah,
killed.
And with it being May, seeing her in that position was honestly terrifying, because
We've never seen her in that
that is a pure soul, bleeding. And I think if I remember right, like when Suzu bashed her over the head with a chair.
Yeah, no, she was
Like
gushing.
it just hard way
Yeah,
busted her head open and didn't
she
it did
was
not look like a blade job. It looked like
no,
beam of the top of her head busted open.
she was gushing blood. It was bad, dude.
She did it for the love of the
The
game.
love of the game.
That's my goat.
It's
Yeah. I mean, this was the culmination that we were seeing over time with the problems that both her and Suzu were having with each other, which on the one hand really fucking sucks because Crazy Star was like one of my favorite tag teams.
Yeah.
Just because they were the like non-affiliated ones that became like best friends. Like we have May, who's just this like almost like pure soul, who's just just having fun and smiling and whatnot. And then there's Suzu, who's like this like hardcore badass who like doesn't play well with others, and they just became like best friends and even won the tag titles together. And watching this explosion happen between them was really rough.
It broke me.
It
But you know
hurt.
what? It led to us having a phrase, so it works.
I mean, I guess, but it didn't have to. We didn't need the phrase. But Suzu showcased here why she is one of the best around. No DQ stuff like that is where she thrives on. And I honestly couldn't remember the last time she was in a no DQ match or anything like that.
I do. I remember the last time being Rina Yamashita at the Bob Sasaki show.
Was it Barb? Oh yeah, it was Barb, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, but like,
I thought you
we
misspoke.
don't.
You were trying to talk about May, so I was trying to, but then
No,
yeah.
May just fucking brought out like knife,
The
like a
big
giant
ass
knife.
and then sword.
Yeah,
Brought out a knife and then brought out a fucking sword. God, I
yeah.
love May. She's the best.
So,
Yeah.
um,
But the match was really good. It was a really good It was really good.
I mean, it was fun. It was a fun
Yeah.
no DQ match.
Yeah. Suzu.
The
I think it was exactly what it needed to be. I know a lot of people were complaining that it wasn't like hardcore enough, but I feel like
Dude, they would. They fucking.
it was exactly what it
Yeah.
needed to be.
This wasn't a death match.
Yeah, well,
Like,
and I think that's what everybody wanted because it was Suzu, but it's also like it's May.
yeah, like we didn't
Like
need a death match
May
here.
didn't
Like,
need any of the weapons, and she wanted to beat Suzu without it. And then Suzu was like,
Well, I'm gonna use
nah, I'm gonna
something.
bash
"We'll
your
go
head
for
in.
shares for a bit, but you know what?
Yeah.
I just want to fight you. Fuck
Yeah.
this."
And,
So,
hmm.
so like the visual, because I at least remember it. It's just like if the one last visual we had was just May just completely covered in blood as Suzu gives her the final shot
Yeah.
and pins her, was just amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, Suzu pulled off a Sky Twister, Sky Twister
yeah,
concept. Like, fuck
she
yeah.
pulled off a Sky Twister press.
She's cool. She's so cool.
She's so good. We're back.
We're so back, and like it's crazy because like I feel like if they continue the way they were like they're going with Suzu, like she can legitimately be a red belt champion again. Like I feel like you could throw it into that title position at any point now, and she'll fucking she could realistically win it.
She should be like. I think
She should, but I'm scared for her to be put in that position because every time that they go and they put it on her, she just loses.
Well, I mean,
And
to be fair,
right now she's not the one beating Saya. I know that.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be in the title picture until it's at least off of Saya,
Yeah.
and then until it's like at least a point where she actually could win it. So I think it's still probably at least a year away from now. at this point.
Well, that's fine because that gives it time to establish Mi Vida Loca as like around. But I also think the split was because of the fact that when we looked at Neo Genesis, you did have 3 people you could argue as red belt champion.
Yeah. One of them being Kevin. We love
So
Kevin around here. Kevin's the go.
we do love Kevin around here.
Big
And
Kev.
if
5-star
you
Kev.
don't like 5-star Big Kev, then you're the problem and rethink your life.
Yeah, no, but Suzu picks up the win. A much needed win, by the way. Very
Much needed singles win. Much needed.
May Sarah now, who needs some astral challenges for the high speed belt, please.
Bro,
Please.
there is no high speed division anymore.
Please, bring high speed division back, please.
Oh,
I-
here's the worst part about the high speed division. And right now with Stardom booking, Stardom is going to a bunch of different promotions, collecting their belts and sending their wrestlers over there. Fucking take their wrestlers, have them appear on Stardom and Chant. Like, give me Honoka versus May Sarah for the high speed belt. That's a great fucking match. Fucking do it.
After that was and I don't really remember this match. I'm not gonna lie. This is late at night. I was really fucking tired. After that was Big Hat versus Micah, which I remember it being pretty good.
I mean, it
Big
was
big meaty women slapping meat.
What?
Yeah, you know what? I guess we could say that. Yeah.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
I mean, I said something about terrorism last time.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah, you did.
I think everything's on the table.
That's not meant in any kind of like body shaming fashion. It's
it's just
big, strong women beating the shit out of each other. That's exactly what this match was, and it was fucking amazing.
I mean, it's even crazier when you realize that Micah's been dealing with a fucking elbow injury.
Yeah,
for the last like
an elbow
3
injury
years.
that she realized that she had because she couldn't pick up a finger.
Yes, that's real.
It was
real.
only a problem when it impacted her drinking.
Correct.
Micah, we love you. Micah, we miss you. Get well soon.
If I had a penny for every time a wrestler just became like the absolute best when they're injured, I'd have 2 pennies, which isn't a lot, but it's really weird it's happened twice.
Yeah. I guess you do.
I mean, fuck, Ami Saray went 2 years with an ACL injury.
Bro, I don't know how she did
that. That makes 3 pennies, because the original penny was talking about Kenny Omega, but yeah, fair enough.
Bro, I don't know how Ami did that, honestly.
That's so beast.
It's beast as fuck.
Get us some stem cells and we'll be fine.
All right. Well, speaking of Ami, real quick, because this moves me. When Ami comes back, have her team with Tomoka, have them win the goddess belts.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say, why don't we just put Ame in like
one
of the higher divisions?
I can see the vision. I see your vision on this one, but I raise you
white belt.
I raise you a white belt and/or Tokyo Towers with Lady C.
Lady C, this is my alley. This is right up. This is me.
The C is champion.
Yeah.
While also being communism.
No.
Okay. So here's the thing. Everybody in God's Eye right now kind of has their teams. Lady C and Hina, Saki and Shuri.
No, I'm okay.
Nah, push that nerd out of the fucking way.
Okay. Look, I'm not a Hina fan either, but like Ami and Tomoka would go so fucking well together. As just 2 badass motherfuckers beating the shit out of people. Give it to me. And then put the goddess belts on them. Because I don't see Ami getting the white belt anytime soon at all.
I mean,
sorry, it's okay. Move up for Ami.
Really? But I mean, I don't know how Ami's gonna be coming back, right?
Yeah, no one really knows.
Like we haven't seen her in the ring yet. Like I've seen some clips of her training and whatnot, but realistically, I need to see her back in the ring to know where, in terms of her ability in the ring, like Is it going to be the same? Is it going to be better? Could it be worse?
Yeah.
I'm hoping for literally anything but worse.
And that
Uh,
also kind of puts in the fact of the team situation.
that
Let
that is
and
also true.
let her kind of go in there, start establishing her and Tomoka as a team. So that way, while you give time for Ami to get back and fully kind of back into the zone and, shake off all the ring rust, you have Tomoka who can carry matches with almost anybody. Like, I think that's a great combination. Uh, love Lady C. I don't have Lady C as someone who can like carry matches like that.
Is that right, huh?
Yet,
That right,
yet,
huh?
yet, yet.
Nah,
I'm gonna put
nah.
that yet.
You're still getting crucified for this. You're still getting crucified for this. You have to understand.
Okay,
I have
yeah,
I have an
yeah.
agenda to push.
I know a few people who are gonna crucify me,
I
but I don't
I
know if they're
I
listening.
I have an agenda to push. Sorry.
Yeah, so do I.
Anyway,
Like,
back
my actual agenda is putting the white belt on Tomoka, but
Well, anywho,
with her presumably signing very soon in October, right?
something like that.
July.
July. I don't know why October came to my mind.
I don't know
But yeah,
why
like
either.
in July,
Anyway,
I'm pretty sure her announcement is that she's signed with Stardom. Uh, Rip JTO, I'm sorry.
back
Aussies,
to the match at
we
hand.
gotta let a 17-year-old carry their company.
Okay,
Let's
back
go.
to the match. Back to
Back to
Yeah,
the match.
that's the
We
match.
fell on a
This match was
tangent.
awesome. Like, there's not a ton you can like really go and say about it because it's just two people who just hit hard and threw each other around, and it was
I
cool.
mean, I think it met all expectations. Um, Micah throwing around Hash throwing around Micah. Like it was great. If Micah didn't have the elbow thing, I genuinely think she might have won here.
mm,
I don't. I still
I
think Big
I
Hash would have.
genuinely think Micah
Same.
wins here. But that's
'Cause, like I said in my predictions that I think Big Hash is winning. Uh, I expected more. I know, like we mentioned it, that we thought this was going to lead to, a more Stardom versus the world kind of thing, and that's not seemingly happening. But
I mean, we don't have to rush it yet. We still have
I
the
I think
Sendai Junior World title on
I
Haya
well
Sakura,
I
so I
also think
mean,
we're waiting to do that now with Micah out. Because I feel like Micah is probably the ace of the company, or is going to be the ace because she's just so fucking good. So with her out, I feel like they're holding off on that story for a little bit.
see, I initially had Micah as the person that I'd place the ace role on. I think now, given her popularity, I think they're throwing that on Saya.
I
That's
But we
mean,
shall see.
at this point you might as well, but
yeah.
that's for later.
That's for later. We'll get to that eventually.
We'll get to
Yeah,
that one.
I like how it's at least seeming so at this point that Stardom is taking their time with the ace role, which is something that they need to do.
Yeah.
Let everything kind of build, let people fight for that spot, and give it the time it needs to really sink in. Uh, but yeah, do you have anything else to say about this match?
Not really. It was just a really good heavyweight match.
Yeah, that's all it needed to be.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
needed to be two people going out there beating the shit out of each other. And, again, Micah putting on that kind of performance in every performance she's done for the last 3 years with a fucked up elbow to the point that now she needs Tommy John surgery in a sense. So,
Also,
uh,
I could be wrong, but I thought it was her shoulder.
no, it's the elbow.
Mm.
Uh-huh. I'll take the word for it. I don't know.
I mean, it
Next,
could also include the shoulder, but I'm like 99% sure it's the elbow.
well,
That's messed up.
next up was, I mean, I think if it was a really good match. I think if someone said it was like match of the night, I wouldn't bat an eye. But next up is Hanan and Ida versus Stars, Hazuki and Koguma. Well, Stars versus Stars. Sorry.
Wingori versus FWC.
Yes.
El Clasico.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
this was crazy.
this definitely was one of those that this had the chance to be in the top 2 spot match wise for the show.
If other matches did not happen that night.
Other matches in fact happened, but it
I think this whole stretch of 6 matches have
Insane.
well,
Absolutely.
5. The stretch of 5 matches have been great. I'll get to something later.
but
Uh,
I don't think there's been a better stretch of a show that I've seen
Not
in a while.
in a while. That was that.
It's been a
Dude,
while
you
since the
could make
stretch of matches we got was good. The last one I could think of was it Revolution?
No, because that last match happened sadly.
Well, okay, but like we had a good run of matches. Like we had a good run of matches in that, but anyway. I mean this match only added in the FWC Wingori history. I don't think this was their best bout against each other. I
I would
think
agree.
the match from last year at the Conversion was probably their best bout. But I would put this at a solid number 2.
That's very fair. That's very fair.
Hazuki and Hanan just absolutely laying into each other with forearms.
Yeah.
While letting out the most primal screeches you'll ever hear.
Yep.
Just shows how much Stars has broken down in this match.
Yeah.
Because realistically, this was Suzuki versus Hanan, and Saya and Koguma were just there.
Yeah, literally,
They were like caught in the middle.
Yeah.
See, this is just Ida and Koguma are what happens when you witness your 2 best friends fighting.
Uh-huh.
And then you're just kind of forced to pick a side.
Yeah.
Which has been me on many, many occasions.
If anything, I think this was the match that solidified Hanan and Ida, like their reign as goddess champions. I think this is the one that like solidified it for me.
Definitely.
Yeah. And
Um,
I do want to kind of touch on this because it's something that's been promoted and it's a way to talk about it because that way we can still kind of keep on with current news rather than reviewing a show that happened over a month ago. Hanan at the Natsu Sayori Poi show. The Natsu Sayori Poi. God damn it. I fucked that up. At the Natsu Sayori show, Hanan kind of, started eyeing SLK's white belt, and yeah, she's losing.
oh yeah, she's losing.
Yeah. Sorry, Hendrix.
Sorry, Hanan, but you ain't getting that belt yet.
Yeah. Like I saw that at first, I was like, "Oh shit, is it time?" And I was like, "No, it's not fucking time. They're not gonna go and double up on the white belt and goddess belts. The goddess belts are too important.
Yeah, those fucking honest belts mean fuck all nothing now. But
They're not taking the goddess belts off of Hanan Ida this quickly. while Hanan goes directly into a white belt match.
Yeah, no.
They're not going to, they're not going to limit Hanan and Ida by going in, because Wink and Gory right now is way too popular as a tag team to kind of be like, okay, well now we gotta have Hanan do all the white belt stuff while Ida doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So that's out of the picture, and then because they also had Starbomb eyeing the goddess belts, and Starbomb's not gonna hold 3 belts, and I love them, but no.
Yeah, no.
You never know. Well,
I
anyway,
wouldn't hate it, but it's not happening.
anyway,
Belt collector SLK moves me.
uh, it's weird to look back on this now, right? But like, this feels like almost just like that. Like, when Gory wins, and that kind of just solidified FWC leaving Stars.
Yeah.
See,
Which is weird to look back and look at this and go, huh. I guess that was it.
it threw me off, honestly, because it's like, what do you have FWC do now?
You have them do what they're gonna do. Go around the world beating up people and winning titles all around. Remember how FTR had fucking the IWGP, the Ring of Honor, and AEW titles all at the same time? Yeah, that's gonna be Wingory here, not Wingory, but FWC here in like a couple
Also,
months.
notice how, speaking of which, AEW announced women's tag belts. Noticing.
Oh shit, really?
I thought that did I get officially announced?
I don't know.
I
Sumi Sakai tweeted
no.
about it. That's all I know.
Oh.
The last I knew about it was that Tony Khan wanted to do tag titles for the women, and I am all for it. I don't remember if it got officially announced or not, but if it does get officially announced, I think making FWC your
Would be
champions
a great
is
idea.
a great idea.
Also,
I co-sign that.
speaking
I'm
of
for it. I'm for it.
speaking about AEW, since we're here before we go back, Tekla, who lost to Carrara, I think got fired, is now officially in the company, and is having a first match against some wrestler on Wednesday.
Probably a jobber.
Probably a jobber. It's gonna be a jobber.
Because it wasn't announced, because they're
But
gonna build up to her and Jamie,
yep,
which is
it it it
interesting.
seems like her
Yeah.
toxic spider gimmick is back though.
Yeah, no, I
I'm for
wouldn't
it. I'm for
say
it. I'm for it.
I
Toxic
wouldn't
Spider
say
Tekla.
it seems.
Tekla.
I'm gonna go full force in saying she's going back to the Toxic Spider,
Yeah.
Which is very needed. Toxic
which is
Spider is her best work.
extremely very needed.
The So, and that match will be taking place most likely, I will say today, as it's probably going to be uploaded on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So on the 4th
Yeah.
is probably the easiest way
Yeah.
to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like this match was a lot of fun. Like that, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but I know there's a moment in there where I really thought it was over, but like Ida came flying out of fucking nowhere to break up the pin.
Yeah. I remember.
Because
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
watching this
yeah.
with everybody in the server, and we all like popped hard.
I think it was after his. I think it was after Hazuki and Koguma's team finisher.
I think so.
I
Because
don't.
like Ida was
Wow.
nowhere to be seen and just
Boom! I
flew
know.
out of nowhere to break it up.
Yeah. But a very good fucking tag match. Like I said, if someone has it as the match of the night, I wouldn't bat an eye. Not my personal match of the night because the next match happened, but yeah, it was good. It was a really good tag match.
I mean, if it's your match of the night, that's just because you're a tag team wrestling nerd.
There's nothing wrong.
See, I love
There's
tag
nothing
team
wrong with it.
wrestling. It's
And I'm
not my
not
match
saying that's a
tonight.
bad thing. I'm
Yeah.
just saying with the rest of the last 3 matches we had, I'm just saying.
Speaking of
You're just
which,
you're a tag team nerd, but
shall we get to my match of the night?
sure.
I think this is most everyone's match of the night if you smart.
Yep. Shuri versus
Oh, okay.
Whoa, Shuri versus Mayu Iwatani for the IWGP Women's Championship. What a fucking match,
Woo!
dude.
Woo!
It started off at 100 miles an hour and kept at that way.
I would argue it went to like 150.
Yeah, no, it
I would argue that one. That match is pure gas. Like
all gas, no brakes type shit.
all gas, no brakes. Shuri, this was the Shuri that we've been waiting for.
The one we've needed for a while
This is
now.
this is the Shuri that we've all been wanting, we've all been waiting for, and we got. And now that we have it, we're buckle up, kiddos, because this is gonna be a ride.
It's crazy because we saw this Shuri at the Konami match a while back when she KO'd her in like 30 seconds.
Bro.
And
I
it's
mean,
like, holy shit, dude.
I mean, looking back on it now, I sit there and just go, "Oh my!" At the time, I was pissed mostly because I paid to see that and I wanted it. But looking back on it now, I'm like, "Oh, that was amazing."
Dude, it's crazy because like we had, like, you and me have been waiting for like Murder Shuri for a while now to really
I've been
come
waiting for
out.
Murder Shuri.
Like the last time I think we like actually saw her was probably Utami.
Probably.
But
Wait,
like
that reminds me,
we
Konami wasn't on that show. Oh wait, no, she was injured, wasn't she?
yeah. But we definitely got glimpses of her throughout the years. We got a big showcasing of her against SOK in the opening. I think it was the opening of the 5-star. Where she
Yes.
absolutely demolished her. Not like it. SOK did great, but she got, oh my god, she was like actually just playing with everything.
See, yeah, I love that because it was like I remember watching that 5-star, and like everybody's like, yeah, murder. Like after everything that's been happening with Konami,
It's time
Murder
for her
Shuri's gonna be back. She's gonna go in there. She's gonna kill everybody.
And then she lost
Just-
the rest of the matches.
just did not happen. But hey, I was wrong too because I was fully convinced that SLK was winning the 5-star last
Then
year.
proceeded to get her ass kicked in almost every single match.
The finals with Mayu was right there. They've been telling that story for so long, and they just never let SLK beat Mayu, and then Mayu's in Mari Golden.
They never let Tam beat Mayu.
That is true. Mayu is a Hogan, man. We need to talk about that actually.
A dialogue might need to be opened up about Mayu Hogan.
It's fine though. It's
fine. It will not because
Mayu.
Mayu deserves that.
Yes, I agree. Actually,
Mayu deserves to win all the matches that she wants.
You're finally speaking my language.
I understand that, but at the same time, no.
Okay, but like back to the match, dude. It is everything you want in a world championship match, and it was so fucking good. It was just so good. It was like Mayu was just trying to throw everything out the wall to retain, everything, and it's just not working at all.
I do remember seeing some people were saying that the match last year on January 4th was better than this.
I don't
And I can see the argument, but me personally, I like this match over that one because this one was on a more big stage, big match feel,
and the right person,
and showcased both of them being at the top of their game in the world right now. And going on and absolutely putting on a classic that 5 years down the line we're probably still going to be talking about.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it is crazy because I feel like some people thought that Mayu was going to retain because she had this rematch down the road, but it's like, dude, I think it's a testament to show that Shuri had to actually go deep into her bag to win this match.
Oh yeah, I mean they both did.
Yeah, no, they both went deep into their bags for this one, and
I'm
so good.
Pretty sure Mayu hit a poison Rana.
She tried to, but it was kind of like a botch thing. It happens though.
I mean, it still looked amazing.
Yeah, well, very good fucking match. It is my match of the night, and
It's up there in my like top 5 matches of the year.
yeah, that's fair. And I'm gonna be honest here, I don't know, cause like I don't think it was like I don't think it deserved to like main event with what other matches on here. I think the main event of the night is deserved to be main event, but I think this should have been like semi main event.
I could see that argument, but I still like the
I kind of like the
ending.
placement
I
of
like the placement because
Mhm.
because like the IWGP isn't the main belt of the company.
And I get that, right? I accept that. I'm not saying it should be like the main
So
event. I'm saying it should have been like the semi.
and
even
even
then,
then
I'm
because I
kind
think
of
they try to kind of portray the wonder in the world on equal levels
Yeah,
because they have 2 different meanings rather than it
I
being like
I don't know.
that's
Yeah,
your mid card belt and then your world belt. It's your
but
like it's the white belt and the red belt are just
yeah,
they're the same side of like a different coin. If that makes sense. They're
I
yes.
different sides of the same coin.
I don't
That's how.
I don't really want to. I'll say this, but like I don't hope it's not taken the wrong way. I I love the white belt match. I think it's really good. I just think that since Sherry and Mayu happened before it kind of took like the air out of me. Like I was getting kind of tired at that point, and I think I probably would like the white belt match a lot more if it, if it didn't have to follow the previous match.
Well, would you be saying the same thing if the IWGP match went on semi-main and then we got the world title match that we did?
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
So like if we flip-flop the Wonder match in in this
IWGP.
match,
Yeah.
yeah, and we flip those spots,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Could you say with how excited and how great Shuri Mayu was, would you have been able to would you say that
The main event.
the main event you wouldn't have been able to be in as
Uh,
much?
no. I don't think so personally. I think cause the main event had a lot of stakes to it. Had a lot of stakes and reasons to really pay attention to it. And I'm not saying SOK and Azumi didn't have that, but I think it was honestly I think it might be, looking back, might be one of the most obvious SOK wins. But I don't know. I think it's cuz the main event, I think those two matches are very completely different, if that makes sense. But who knows, right? Who knows? Speaking of the white belt match, we should probably get onto that now. Unless you guys want to have anything else you want to say about
The
the IWGP title, but
I'm happy for Shuri
I'm very happy for sure.
because
I'm glad that Sherry's on top
yeah,
and
because another neat thing to look at this, right? If you follow her from that January 4th, 2024 match she had with Mayu, and you follow her trajectory up until now, there's a pretty good fucking story there.
yeah. There's a lot of like
That was being told, and we didn't even know it.
one of the things to look at. Actually, now that I think about it, I have a little bit more to say about this match, but like a lot of like the costly mistakes that Shuri made in that original match, she corrected them in this one. And when I say mistakes, I don't mean like botches. I mean like intentional mistakes for the sake of the match.
hmm.
It was a
Uh,
much more calculated and sharp match from Shuri.
Yeah.
yeah, and then
The the mistakes that she may have made previously, she didn't make because she learned.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
and
that explains
knowledge
it.
is
That's fine.
and knowing is half the battle.
Oh, also, we didn't know this, but this would be Mayu's last daughter match.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up. And
And she ended up retiring, and yeah, no, she definitely did not go anywhere else. Nope. This is the
Yeah,
end of
she
the
went to
icon.
the fucking fields,
No,
all
I don't
right?
want to talk about. I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, she went to the fucking fields.
She went to the fields and then actually had a really good fucking match with Takahashi.
uh yeah, that's great and all, but like
she's already a champion.
She is already a
she's
champion, yeah.
already a fucking champ. Like that honestly, that in
Mayu,
of
I love you.
itself, honestly, don't get me wrong, love Mayu, but at the same time, fuck Marigold, all right?
Oh my god, we're gonna get
That-
the awesome Marigold rant before I get
that-
to go and say like some wholesome parts about this match that I wanted to bring up.
Please,
Let's
please,
go.
let's not do this, please. We did this last time. Come on.
I hate this fucking company, man.
I know. Here, have some water. Take some time. Let Bio say what they want to say.
Oh yeah, and so there's a like when I went and watched this back afterwards, there's a really tough moment when Mayu goes to hand the belt to Daichi. Like they kind of like look at each other and this is like the last time thing, and oh my god, that hit.
Yeah. Very
Like
good.
you can see Daichi like tearing up and like Mayu tearing up, just like oh.
The end of the icon. For now, for that show at least, it's a great
The
show.
end of the Stardom icon and the birth of
The Marigold one.
Joshi Pro Wrestling icon.
Yeah. Anywho, it's time to talk about the white belt. These two.
Hi SLK, my goat. Hi
These,
Azumi, my also goat.
these two have a set formula that they do, and it works every fucking time. How the hell do they keep getting away with this?
Because they are wrestling soulmates.
This was another really good fucking Starlight Kid and Azumi match, which, surprise, surprise, grass is green, yada yada.
Yeah, you're gonna put SLK and Azumi in a match. It's going
It's
to be a
ridiculous.
minimum of minimum of 4 stars.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Like
And this one
yeah,
had
they
this one had an advantage being the length of it. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, and like the added stakes and importance. SLK finally getting a bigger win over
Azumi.
Azumi. Just
Yeah,
it's great.
yeah. It's great. It is wonderful. It's a really good fucking match. It is exactly what the card needed. Definitely 100% that one. And those two went out there and they fucking delivered just like they always do. And yeah, no, it's wonderful, man. It's a great match. Starlight Kid would obviously go on to retain, as it was honestly, in my opinion, like I said, a obvious SLK win. Which then she went on to defeat Hanako to retain a belt.
Yeah, like I love SLK and I just want and then I wish her reign wasn't like as obvious as it's been. I'd say like the only time where I was like, oh, this person could actually win was Rena.
That's just because you're such a super fan of Rena.
Yeah.
Okay, well like no, like the story that they had going into it though was like at first when Rena first was like
You
made
were
the challenge, was like, oh, I'm happy that Rena's getting the spot. There's no fucking way that she wins. And then the way they built the match, I was like, shit, she could do this. I don't want to see
Uh,
SOK lose, but now it's hard to not
I
make it where Rena loses.
I had zero doubts in my mind from that one that Rena.
See, now
I had no doubts SLK was winning.
it's like, but who takes the belt off SOK? Because she's gotten
That is an
through.
excellent question.
Honestly, I go back to her first defense and I say Rena.
No, I'm sorry. Love Rena. She did fucking amazing in the match. No, not yet.
I don't see anybody else at this point.
I would love now. If I'm being honest, I would love Ame to do it, but
I
or
would
if
love Ami.
if I'm doing my little troll shit, if I'm being like my little my little goblin self, I want to put Lady C in there because I think Lady C could have a really fun reign, but that's just me. And that's not gonna be the same.
Ah,
For everyone.
yes, comrade. You also want communism on top.
No,
Excellent.
no, the
See,
C
look,
stands for
I like Lady
champion.
C.
The
I
C
don't see
stands
her
for
coming
champion.
close to that white belt in for quite some time.
No, I think she could do it. I genuinely think she could do it. Like she's not
She has to,
bad.
she has to stay on the trajectory of getting presented better than
Well, yeah.
than what
Yeah,
she
and
has been, which she has, and she has improved in the ring.
she's improved, but like when it comes to like
We're
her
getting there.
presentation, like presentation wise, she is nowhere near the white belt.
Yeah.
Yet.
Well, if I don't know.
But
I think Ame could
so
be a realistic person to take the belt off SOK though.
I don't think it's it's definitely not going to be Hanan due to the current position right now,
No.
and them doing the match now. I don't see it really coming back unless SOK is getting a very wrong reign. I don't see Sayori or Poi. They both had reigns recently.
Yeah, the next title
And
Sayori gets.
reigns in Japan don't usually go and flip flop as often
Yeah.
as
If
what we see in the West.
the next belt I see Sayori Ano getting is the world title. I think that's where that's heading eventually.
eventually, but
I can see them. I can see Sayori Poi getting the goddess belts, but I don't know, and really singles belts for them for a while. Ami, I don't really see right now. I think she has a lot to do when she comes back, but I think she's been gone too long to put her in such a huge role. Tomoka, but I'm biased.
Yeah, well, another day ending why.
I don't think somebody from Neo Genesis is going to take it.
No. I mean,
Like,
you got a
think
good,
I think Momo is above the white belt now.
you got a good case in like honestly. I know she's probably already above the white belt, but you got a good case in like Suzu.
I think it should be Suzu.
Like I have right now, I
Personally.
think right now it's Suzu or it's Rina,
Yeah.
and like I can still throw in Tomoka because they did go and try to build to something, and then they
I
just kind
just
of dropped
don't.
the build.
I also just don't think she's
Uh,
at that position yet in Stardom. Like she's been doing really good. I just don't think she's at that position of a white belt challenge or a reign at the moment.
so the reign is because I'm biased. I think the challenge is almost like dead set. I think when she signs,
I mean, it
I
might be. Who knows? I really don't know.
I think that like she's going to sign and immediately challenge, but she will probably lose that challenge.
Yeah.
That's why I said like it's got to be either Suzu or it's got to be Rina.
Well, yeah.
Like
Okay.
looking at the entire Stardom roster, I don't see anybody else that I feel like is going to. As like I said, I think Momo is above the white belt.
Well,
I think her sights
fucking,
need to be
I
set on the
sure
world
hope
belt.
she would be.
Uh,
Well,
yeah. So
okay.
Well,
So
back to the match a little bit more. It it didn't feel like, I would say, the usual formula that we've seen in all of their high speed matches. Like sure, like the first like 5 minutes, but
yeah,
this felt, to me it felt different because they were fighting for the white belt,
yeah.
and it felt like they went more,
In for it.
less of the high speed and more like,
Like,
we are beating the shit out of each other.
yeah, yeah. That's
yeah,
fair.
and I think a lot of that also kind of comes in the part that like SLK just has moved a lot past doing the high speed stuff.
She still can really. She can still
She
go
I
and
don't want to say it's like that she can't do it anymore, but
Oh,
she's just not at the rate that she was doing it. Like she's put on a lot more muscle, has been doing a lot more like strength
yeah,
work that I think that a lot of her high speed stuff she's kind of phased out.
yeah. I think it was a fucking really great match. Like I said, really fucking
Oh,
fun.
it was, and
Yeah,
I have
no,
no
it was
doubt about
like I
that.
said,
I mean, I'm gonna be sitting here.
these past 5 matches are absolute bangers, and They're
I'm
all
I'm
amazing
I'm
matches.
gonna still be sitting here praying for the one day that Azumi gets the white belt.
It'll happen eventually. But she's
And
got a belt
it'll
now.
be it'll be the day that I like go celebrate on my lawn and get the cops called on me for creating a public disturbance.
Okay.
Oh, well, if we're talking about celebrating on the lawn, do we want to start do we want to get on to the next match? My fault, my fault.
Oh man.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
here we go. Main event.
I'm gonna let you talk. You go first, Bio, for this one.
Real quickly. Main event. World of Stardom Championship match. Korea versus Korea. Sayaka Matani defends against Tam Nakano. Bio. Oh god,
So
here
if
we
I'm
go.
going first, so I'll go first. But what's the stipulation on this match?
Korea versus Korea.
Who lost this match?
One Tam Nakano.
Oh, that is fucked. That is
I'm
so
sorry.
fucked
I'm
up.
sorry.
No, you're
I'm sorry.
not. You're not
I had to get one joke
sorry.
in. I'm sorry.
Oh, brother.
I'm sorry. Look. This is gonna be the last time that I even have a chance to make any more jokes on Tam. Her career's done. That that bit is done.
Well, I actually don't know about
Uh,
that one because I think Stardom is selling
Yep.
memorial stuff, but
well, that's because they need to make more money.
ha, true, yeah, fair enough. They're fucking broke. They're fucking broke.
Yeah, like no, yeah, like so to fully explain my bit because I get shit on this for get shit on for it a lot. My actual hatred is not as deep as a lot of people think. Most of the time, it's me reacting to bits. Like, I will go and make a few jokes here and there, but most of it comes from like people playing along with a bit and me responding, and then I get hit with shit. But no, now that her career is done, I don't really have anything else I can really even offer on that. It's a dead bit anyway. I kind of wanted to be dead for a while. I just wanted to make one last one because Awesome is a big Tam fan and it's funny. I do I do it mainly to torture him and other friends who are big Tam fans rather more
Yes,
so than
because
actually going and trying to spill hatred.
yes, because my pain and suffering is fun for you.
Yes,
Oh man.
because I love you.
This match was it was difficult to watch. It was very much a hard hitting, gritty kind of match. They both brought their absolute best against each other, and it is such an emotional match to watch, and I really enjoyed it. That being said,
Okay.
I am still in the same boat of this match did not need to happen, and I wish that it didn't happen because that it was going to be fucked in the way of either losing two of your biggest stars either way. Like you have
So good.
I'm just gonna finish my thought. Yeah, I understand that it was Tam's wish to like retire here, and I get that, and you know like I'm happy that she got the chance to go out the way she wanted to. I just think that like losing Tam was a very very unfortunate thing. Plus with the fact that we now know it was Mai going to, it's that is two really big blows to Stardom. That is really big blows because Tam was like you could say what you want about Tam, say her fucking politics or yada yada this and that, right? She was a very big part of the main event scene, and with her gone, it is definitely going to feel less full if that makes sense. And with Mayu now gone too, it's unfortunate, man. It is really just unfortunate.
Okay. So yeah. Another thing on my bits. I if like this was the case where Tom Nakano was forced to retire due to injury and like couldn't keep it up and it was not her decision, I would not be making any jokes because that would be fucked up and wrong. The fact that it was her choice kind of leaves that more open because it's something that she wanted. So, like, need to throw that disclaimer in there that I'm not an evil person who's like, oh my gosh, she retired. Fuck yeah, haha. Yeah.
Yeah. It.
And then, before you guys fully get into it, because I know this match is important to both of you, and I'm gonna kind of remain silent after I kind of say my piece, so you guys can have this.
Yeah.
I I'm not into it. I'm not into really either one of their styles of wrestling. Uh, like when it comes to Tom Nakano, really I think one of my biggest things that I dislike in wrestling are the like what I call like false underdogs, the people who take the beating 90% of the match, only get really a few moves in and then win. Like that style bothers me. I don't like it in Darby Allin. I don't like it in Mercedes. Like I think those are like the three people that I speak about a lot when it comes to disliking wrestlers, and it's purely because that style is not for me at all.
Yeah.
Uh, I understand what they go for as a theater kid. There are a lot in here that I thought would move me, but I think both Saya and Tom play a little over. Uh, they like overplay it to a point where it takes me more out of it. I'm sorry that I'm just throwing off my complaints
Yeah.
because I know that everybody loves this match and like it means a lot, and I feel like a dick, but like uh, I will end it with the positive that I thought like the actual ending scene after the match was over was like brilliant as fuck and like an absolutely brilliant and beautiful ending. I do wish Tam the best in the rest of her life and whatever career that she decides to do after wrestling. Just please not a booking role. please, please, I can't. Uh, I but I do wish her the best, and I'm glad that she got to go out on her own terms rather than in a way that was forced upon her
Yeah.
due to most likely tragic circumstances. And I don't necessarily mean death, obviously, but yeah, like a forced retirement is always tragic.
Yep.
It's just a slipped into a dream. This was okay. I am ready to retire because she's been teasing retirement for the last like 4 years,
Yeah.
and she found the way that she wanted to go out. And honestly, now that I think about it, I think if Syed didn't get injured last year, and then Tom didn't get injured last year, like shortly after,
Nice.
uh, that this probably would have come a year earlier. I guess 2 years ago at this point. Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that her retirement probably would have came in
Well.
early 2024
Oh
as
shit.
opposed to 2025.
All right. Well, I think
But yeah,
it's.
you guys go at it.
I got everything I wanted to say out about it. I think it's time we let the man who is probably the most distraught about everything go. Floor is yours.
Um, yeah, I mean, I'll preface this all by saying, uh, Tam is the reason I found Stardom. Tam's the reason I watched Stardom and got into it as I did, which led to more watching Joshi wrestling as a whole. Um, Tam was definitely that comfort wrestler for me. Um, Especially at a point in my life where it wasn't, great. So definitely this match hits hard and hits harder more than any wrestling match has ever hit me before. By saying that, this whole arc we went on with her and Saya was absolutely incredible to me. And this solidified Saya as her successor in a way. At least the immediate successor. Which is good. I have never really cried from a wrestling match until this one happened. Did I go in watching this thinking Tam's losing this? I kind of did. I would say I had 1%, if I'm looking at it from a pure logical and non-biased standpoint, there was the 1% in me that was like, nah, Tam's winning this. The 99%, the other 99% was, yeah, I'm about to watch my favorite retire right in front of my eyes. And this was the most Tam way to go out, which is beautiful. Starting off from just entrances alone, which throughout this whole show, the presentation was absolutely incredible. Just the beginning shots, the you know, the
4K cameras.
the full 4K cameras, the match video for it, everything was incredible. And the match as a whole is a perfect example of why I love wrestling and why wrestling is amazing. Because even though they go out there and they already know who is winning, right? They were still able to convey the belief that Tam could win.
Yeah.
And the pure emotions that not only I felt, but they showed, just blew it out of the water for me. Each one of them throwing the absolute best shots possible at each other again. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, I preferred the match at Dream Queendom, and, you know, the Corrigan match was stupid, and why did they do it this way? Now that it's all over, looking back on it, it all made sense.
Mm-hmm.
The story that was told made perfect sense once we got to the ending.
Yeah.
And what also, like, hit home a little bit was that, like, even at this point, with everything that was said to each other and what was given to us, there's still a point in that match where you look at Saya and even she's having doubts of, can I do this? Do I even want to do this?
Yeah.
And I felt that. I felt her struggle of, can I and do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
Which I think highlighted the ending sequence of the match,
Mm-hmm.
of Saya has Tam ready to hit what I believe is the Kamigore.
Yeah, the Kamigore. Yeah.
Come away.
Yeah. Which she looks at Tam, Tam looks at her, and throughout this point, Tam's got like a lump on her forehead.
Yeah.
And just looking at Saya, who's just holding there for like a very, very short split second of hesitation, and Tam having to shout at her to basically do it.
Yeah. And that still wasn't enough.
And that still wasn't enough.
It got to a point where she had to actually use Tam's finisher,
The
the Twilight Dream.
what can as the Twilight Dream ends as the Twilight Dream.
Yeah.
And even throughout this entire match, all the big spots, all the violet shootings that were thrown, all the big boots that were thrown, the forearms thrown, the tiger suplexes that were thrown, you know, this whole entire ordeal where literally they went out there and were and just meant to kill each other.
Yeah.
In some of the most brutal ways possible. And it and it all to come together for that final Twilight Dream on Tam, for it to finally end the dream.
Yeah.
And one of the bigger ones of this was the final 3 count with Daichi.
Yeah.
That after he got to 2, he hesitated.
He didn't want to.
For a solid 2 seconds because he knew
It was done.
he knew it was he didn't want it to be done either.
Yeah.
And finally that 3 hits, and you can even see it on his face of just that was like, you know, this was it, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, them being able to close out the show in what was arguably one of Stardom's best shows, and probably pay-per-view of the year.
Of all time, honestly.
Um,
It's up there.
it's up there, but you know, from the standpoint of this was arguably the best Stardom show pay-per-view in a while. I know others will hark back to 2 years ago at Grand Queendom 23. And I would argue this entire show was better than that one.
Yeah.
The final match promos, the post match promo from both of them. While I remember it, and I can't really give it verbatim, unfortunately, but I do remember it.
It was just like
It,
it was just like you're living with my curse now. Good luck.
in a sense, yes, because Saya was the one to end
Yeah.
Tam, so now she must carry the burden
Yeah.
of being
The one
almost
to
the one protector of Stardom.
yeah. Which is crazy if you think about it, because she's supposed to be the big bad heel.
Right. Which makes it even harder to to see this happen, because you can tell Kamatani wasn't like, sure, at the beginning of this match and towards the middle, sure, she was being a bit heelish, but realistically, for the last half of that match, that wasn't a heel Kamatani.
That was one
That
Golden
was
Phoenix.
that was the Golden Phoenix, and I think the other underlying tone, depending on how they decide to go with this, is that Saya needed to Saya needed Tam to remind her of who she was as the Golden Phoenix.
Yeah.
Because these two have been intertwined since the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, Tam was the one that got Saya into stardom. Tam's the one that, you know, was an inspiration for a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
To get into wrestling, to join stardom. I mean, shit, just one of the most recent rookies, Anne literally got into stardom because of Tam. Carrara got into stardom because of Tam. Like, when I sit back and look at the type of impact Tam had on stardom as a whole,
Yeah.
and in wrestling, it's a beautiful thing. And I think this match is one of those matches that, even if you don't know the story, you don't know the build up, if you just watch it, you will feel something.
Yeah.
Whether you like this or you don't, you will feel something.
Yep.
And you will be able to follow both of them throughout this incredible dance of what we call wrestling. The Sorry, hang on.
You're good. So it is one of the most beautiful wrestling stories I have ever seen. Genuinely, I think it's looking
It
back,
is.
from the first Tam and Saya match where Saya was a heel. It, especially after that loss, it it felt like Tam was really, she was throwing anything at the wall and hoping it would get her that win against Saya, and it just did not work. And I like to think that midway through this final match, not even the final match, midway through the Kirk Hall match, she realized that she never really was going to beat Saya. That it wasn't going to be possible for her, but she still wanted to give it one last try.
I also think Tam realized that the only way to get through to Saya was this way.
The blood on the hands, yeah.
The blood on the hands.
Like
And
it was very much just her way of saying, "You want to be the villain? Fine, deal with the consequences."
like, here not only the consequences, but
The guilt.
there's a I mean, sure, and the guilt, but there's also that chance at redemption,
Yeah.
which I'm not sure which way they'll go with it. But if they go the redemption route, this is where it starts. Because now that Saya's been in this main position and top of the world as a heel, but she is still haunted by the past that I think Tam may have reminded her of, you don't have to do this to
Yeah.
be the best.
Yeah.
You were already one of the best. It's just you got led astray.
Yeah. It's it.
And I'm here to bring you back in the hardest way possible.
Yeah. I
Eh,
it, I think I hope it worked, and I hope I know the story we're gonna see from Saya is going to be amazing, and that it has been pretty good. Her first challenger, not first challenger, well, first challenger after beating Tam was Carrara,
yeah,
and that was
which
pretty good too.
I mean, she's already showing the signs that she's gonna be going back.
Yeah,
I don't think she's going back to per se
I don't think she's gonna be a
Golden Phoenix, but I
yeah.
think she stays as the Phoenix Queen.
I just don't. I see. Look, right, and I'll let you finish what you were saying because like I before I go into hypotheticals, is I want to make sure you got everything you wanted to say out.
Um, I think the part that really broke me was watching them both walk out and then sit on the stage together as a crowd just sat there in just absolute stunned silence and respect for not only Tam but Saya in what was delivered, but just Tam being, almost held by Saya, and if I'm remembering correctly, I believe, yeah, there were black feathers falling,
Yeah,
and the entire the like entire LED stage was just black with feathers flying around. And the final shot we get before Tam's gone,
yeah,
it's just both of them looking out, Tam pointing, and then the lights go black and they're both gone. Even now, just talking about it brings tears.
yeah,
And while they may be tears of sadness, they are also tears of joy because of the beautiful display that we were given and everything Tam has given and given me as a wrestling fan.
yeah,
And I hope that if Tam is still around wrestling, it is more of a backstage role. And the only way I think I would be remotely okay on screen would be if she's doing commentary.
yeah,
I'd be okay with that, I think, and I'd like to think others would be okay with that as well. Um, if not, I I hope she's happy. I hope she's doing whatever she wants to now,
yeah,
and I hope she knows how much she's meant to not only me, but many people. And I know the argument can, I know like some criticism are made of, it's just a wrestler. Then you just don't understand, right?
Yeah.
Like this means a lot. But that final shot of just her and Saya is one of the most beautiful shots in wrestling history, and such a profound way for a career to end.
Yeah.
That I I know for a fact that I will look back on 5 years from now. I'll still cry.
Yeah.
And I do miss her. I do. But I can make my peace that this is what she wanted, and this is how she wanted to go out.
Yeah.
And life post Ham, at least for me, it's a little rough. But her influence on wrestlers will be felt for a while.
Yeah.
And with what we see from some people in the way that they do promos or wrestle or anything like that, we will see shades of her for years to come.
Yeah.
And I like to think the legacy she's leaving behind is as one of the greats. I know people would argue for, Mayu being, the icon, the, the GOAT, but I can't help but think that Tam deserves a place at that table. And looked back on fondly for helping get other people over and truly put her heart and soul into every single match she's ever had. um, but I'll end it with a big thank you for me. I know she'll probably never hear this or listen to this, but if she does, thank you so much for everything that you've done.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate that I have met her multiple times.
Mhm.
And each one, she was an absolute sweetheart. And I just, I want her to be happy and enjoy her life of retirement. And that's where I'm gonna end it there.
Very, very beautiful. Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you. I will throw a thank you into Tam as well.
Thank you. Thank you for
I
everything you've done.
Yeah, like I can go and I can throw my memes all I want, but like the amount of stuff that she has done for Stardom, for Joshi wrestling as a whole, also can't be understated.
100%. She
And
is her
in
influence is
in even at this whole gimmick that everybody throws me on, like I'm not gonna go and sit here to, further kind of trash her in any kind of way.
I think
Yeah, thank you.
I think everyone can agree that it's always sad when a wrestler retires, unless we hate him. But like, it's always sad when a wrestler retires. But this one hits way harder because this is a wrestler who, whether people like her or not, has given her all to the wrestling business and has contributed a lot to it and helped shape it into what it is today, while also helping make other people and helping other talents blossom into what they truly can be. And for that, Tam, thank you. You're never gonna be forgotten, and we will miss you dearly. Um, since that is now out of the way, Saya Kamatani now has to carry the burden of being the one who has retired Tam Nakano, who has ended the Twilight Dream. And her first challenge, like I said, after beating her was Kurara. And I didn't see the match personally, so I don't really have anything to say about it. But
the thing that I could say about it is not to insult the match and just the fact of time zones. Because I fell asleep in the middle of it, but it was like 5 a.m. It's not the match was bad. It put me to sleep. It was it was 5 a.m. and I couldn't stay awake longer.
I'll
And then I went back and rewatched it.
I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch it regardless sometime soon. If I'm being honest here, I think the way I would end this reign is with a Momo Watanabe win as a face. And then you can really catapult Saya, because like I think that Saya works better as a heel than she does a face, in my opinion.
I think at this point that she has gotten too over for them to really continue with her as a face or as a heel.
I don't know, because
like purely due to more on how, for the most part, Japan views faces and heels.
Yeah.
It they will change based off crowd reaction faster than anything. I think the only
exception would be
kind
Ozawa.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only exception would be like Bullet Club, where it was like.
Well, I mean, Ozawa's a
But
heel.
that was kind of the point.
Yeah, I mean, Ozawa is a heel, and he's one of the biggest he's one of the biggest characters in Japan right now. He is universally loved for whatever reason. So it's like I think they could continue as a heel, but like I don't know. I personally want to see her as a heel, and I want to see Momo take the belt off her, but who knows? She could realistically not even use that
I'm
title
for a
until a
Momo
year.
win, but I think Momo would be remaining heel. I don't like. I think the face teases from Momo are done to intentionally, get her more heel heat. And I don't think that they mean that she's turning back to being a face.
Well,
That's personally just me.
Yeah. Well, with that is All Star Grand Queendom. Overall, an amazing pay per view and exactly what Stardom really needed to showcase to the world what they can bring to the table and what they do bring to the table. And I think it is undoubtedly pay per view of the year. I don't think there's been a singular pay per view that has really topped this yet, or will top it. Because I think that the presentation and the card from top to bottom is one of the best in a while. And it was very fun to watch, and I'm glad I got to watch it with my friends.
Yeah, I agree, but I also think I think something will top it just due to the way that recency bias kind of works. I think I don't know what yet, no, there's nothing that's happened right now, but I just have a feeling that I'm gonna end up finding a show that I end up enjoying more.
Yeah.
But it's also with how much I go and seek out and consume. That
Yeah. Well,
it can very easily happen.
I think we're done here. I think that's it. Let's see if anyone wants to add some things to before we head off.
I want to say another thank you to you, Zodi, for what you've done for the podcast, and I miss having you on.
Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. Even if it didn't seem like I wasn't really enjoying it, I did enjoy it whenever we got into these calls to talk about wrestling and just Joshi in general. Like I enjoyed it because like I love you guys. You guys are some of my best friends, and I'm so glad I have the pleasure of knowing you guys and getting to talk to you. And I I was a bit I'm not gonna lie, a bit frustrated with the Kansas trip not coming out, or might not come out the way I really wanted to, because I was really excited to see you guys. But I know there will be a point in time where we will eventually actually get to meet up, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, we'll find out something, uh, and obviously I know we aren't too far away. We're only like an hour away, so but
Yeah.
I just need to get better at planning things and
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
go from there.
Awesome. You got anything you want to end off with?
I'm gonna hit a thank you to you as well. It's been definitely fun. Um, I I won't lie, I really don't have anything.
You're good. No, you're good.
I am
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to
Like
to cover.
we ended this one kind of rough. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Not like rough as a bad.
Just like emotional.
We
Yeah.
we're ending on a downer.
Yeah.
Do we have
Well,
to cut off rather than saying that we are fine?
Uh,
We are not okay.
you know what? I think I may have I think I may have something we can end it off with. For since it's telling it's first of all, happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great month. You know, every day is a new day kind of thing. Use the days wisely to even like small steps, right? Even like getting out of like bed or doing something like a little bit productive. Every every day you spend like hanging out or being alive is another success. Keep living, keep doing great things. Utami retaining to a belt too. Biri would not flinch against Mirai. She's the greatest champion of all time, and that's how I'll end myself with it.
So now that I think about it, there is something that I think can cheer everybody up. Something that everybody needs a little bit of.
Hmm. There he is.
very true. Very true.
Alright, well, I'll let Bio do the honors of sending us off.
All right. Well, so because we have so we're gonna change it up for this one episode. In the immortal words of My Chemical Romance, I am Bio and I am not okay.